If you're looking for a quick, easy exercise routine that you can perform from the comfort of your own home with minimal equipment, then this video is for you. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Nick Helton and I'm a physical therapist. I've created a few full body exercise mobility routines that I posted on my channel already. You can go check those out. I'll put the title card up. Today I'm going to be running you through a spine mobility series. The focus of this entire series is going to be the spine, the hips, and mobility in general. If you want to see more of this type of content in the future, drop a like on the video. That lets me know that this is the stuff that you're interested in, and please consider subscribing. I make a lot of content in the physical therapy, exercise, and movement realm. Now that that's out of the way, let's just jump right into the exercise routine.
All right guys, welcome to the workout. We're gonna be doing 4 working circuits. So the first circuit, I'm gonna put it up on the screen here, is gonna be a movement prep and a mobility exercise routine. I want you to try to go straight through the whole thing. So no breaks on the movement prep. It's designed to be a little bit easier, but it's just getting you ready for the exercises. Once we get into the working sets, which is going to be set A, B, and C, which I'll have on the screen here, what you want to try and do is set a timer for 1 minute. You can download a free app that just goes off every minute or whatever you want to use, but every 60 seconds we're going to be doing each exercise that's listed, and then after the 3 exercises you take a 1 minute break. All right, so we're just going to jump right into the movement and mobility prep. If you have a partner or someone else that you want to work out with, I'll show you a few ways that you can kind of combine your efforts to try to get a partner workout in as you're doing this. So let's start off with our movement prep. We're going to do the 3 exercises that are listed on the screen for 15 repetitions, and we're going to go through that circuit 2 times. So let's start off with our cat camel. So we're going to do 15 reps. Ready? And go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Jump right into your prone extensions, so prone cobra. We're going to press all the way up. So 1, 2, and we're not going for speed here. 3, just trying to get good quality motion. 4, and prepare the body for movement. 5, 6, 7, and you don't have to press all the way up. 8, you can limit your motion to whatever you feel comfortable with. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now what I want you to do is roll onto your back. Carly's going to do the harder version. I'm going to show you the easier version. So I'm going to keep my feet down. She's going to keep her legs up. So we're going to go right first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now go through the whole thing again. Try not to take a break. We're going to do 15 cat camels. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, we're not going for speed. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Jump right into your prone cobra. 1, 2, high. 3, can you stop? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. Roll on to the back. Carly's going to do the harder version. I'm going to do the easier version. Let's go to the right first. So 1, 2, and Lacey wants to get involved. 3, high. 4, can you move? 5, 6, 7, okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. So now that you've gone through your movement prep, we're going to get the timer out. We're going to fix our yoga mats up. And then we're going to go through 3 rounds of circuit A. So circuit A is going to be 2 rounds of circuit A, 3 exercises. So each exercise is going to be done for 1 full minute. And I'm going to put it up on the screen, and there's also going to be a little blue timer. So as the blue timer goes across, once it gets to the end, that could be your 1 minute timer, or you can just listen in to the timer that I have on the video. Both are fine. All right, so our first exercise is going to be a kneeling hip hinge. I'm going to have Carly start the timer. All right, timer is going. So we're going to get into a kneeling position. She's going to show you how to do it with weight. I'm going to do it without. We're going to be in an upright position. We're going to hinge forward and then back up tall. Hinge forward, back up tall. The goal with this one is to keep your chest up and try to really hinge at your hips. Now Carly's got a weight that she's holding there. You can use a small weight at home if you'd like. You can also use a resistance band. So I'm going to show you as she keeps going the way to do it with the resistance band. So you take your band, put it around your knees here. You'd be upright. We'd hinge and then come up. Hinge and then come up. Easy way to do this at home if you don't have any kind of weight. Okay, now throw your weight down and we're going to jump right into the plank. So the next one is just going to be a traditional standard plank. Let's get in the plank position. We're going to keep our butt low, shoulders back. We're going to try and hold this for a minute. Now this might be quite challenging for a lot of people. So if you can't hold it for a minute, all you do is just go onto your knees. So you can do a knees plank if you start to get tired. Go into that knees position, hang out there for a couple seconds, and then to make it harder, jump back in. So go back into a full plank. While you're here, really just try and breathe and hold this position. Again, if you can't hold it, drop those knees down, get into that easier position, and then come back up. To make this harder, bring those arms out into a further out position and then jump out. So you've got a long lever arm dynamic plank. Keep breathing. Good. Next one is the prone scorpion. So we're going to be laying on our stomachs. What we're going to do is bend up our right leg and we're going to rotate to our left. So we're going to take our right leg, bring it all the way to the left, hold for a second, come back down, left leg bends up, and rotate to our right. Now this one might be hard for some people. Don't worry about how far you go. You don't have to force your motion here. Just trying to stretch the hip and get some good rotation going on in the spine. Do this at any speed you like. The goal is to make it hard but not impossible. Keep breathing. After this one, we're going to take a 1 minute break. Okay, now we take a 1-minute break. Time for a little bit of water and petting our companions. Hi. You want to work out with me? Yeah? You want to work out with me? Okay, so that's round 1. We're going to repeat circuit A one more time. So as soon as our timer goes off again, we're going to do all 3 of those exercises at the same rate. So try to do them consecutively. If you need a break, take a break at any time, especially in the plank. It's very hard to hold the plank for about a minute for, I'd say, the average person. So if you need a break during that, just go ahead and stop and rest. The goal of this is just to make it challenging. We're trying to work at it as intense of a level as you can tolerate, and I'm going to try and show you different modifications. She's going to show you the standard movements. I'm going to do sort of the modified movements. All right, so let's go. Let's start hip hinge. Back and forth. Again, chest up nice and tall. Try to hinge forward all the way back. Carly's showing you the standard version. I'm going to show you a harder version here. So as we hinge, if you keep that weight out in front of you and you have a long lever arm, now this is going to be a lot more challenging. So this is only a 15-pound bumper plate, but with my arms straight, it is definitely much more challenging than keeping that close to the body. So if you really want to challenge this one, make it a lot more difficult, keep those arms straight. Okay, drop that down. Let's go right into plank. Again, if you need to, put those knees down to make it a little easier. You can also make this harder if you want by raising one leg up. So you can alternate legs back and forth. I'm near the wall, so I can put my foot on the wall, but this is a nice way to make this more challenging. And then when you're tired, let those knees down, rest in that sort of semi-plank position, and then back into it. How you doing over there?
Definitely harder the second time.
You can also make it harder on your partner by giving them a little dynamic input. Back and forth, shake them up a little bit. Make it harder for them. You go back in, and then they can push you. Good. Now let's go into the prone scorpion. Onto the stomach. Right knee bent up. Let's go to our left first. Good. Back down. Left leg to our right. Back. Again, this one's all about mobility. We're trying to get as much motion out of the spine as we can. You might feel a little stretch in your quad as you're doing this as well. This one's not about speed. Looking for good quality motion. Keep breathing. You can really get a lot of these in a minute. Good. So that's it for A. So now we're going to take a little break for a minute. Then we're going to jump into round B, which I've got on the screen. So for round B, we're going to be standing up. I'm going to adjust the camera. Go ahead and stand up for me if you could, Carly. I'm just going to adjust this so this is a bit easier to see. Perfect, that looks pretty good. Let's adjust our yoga mats as well. And turn them towards the camera. Okay, same idea for B. We've got 3 exercises we're going to do. Carly's going to start off with a suitcase deadlift with the weight. Good, so suitcase deadlift. So what we want to try and do, we're going to start off on the floor, up nice and tall, and we're going to lift straight up. So down, back up. Down, back up. For me, I've got a small weight in my hand, so I'm able to limit my range of motion. So I'm holding a plate so it touches the ground. She has a dumbbell. So for her, she's probably not going to get to the floor. What we're looking for here is an asymmetric deadlift. So we have weight on one side. We're trying not to lean. So I don't want you to lean to the side that you have the weight on. I'll show you the harder version next round. Also remember which side you had your weight on. Okay. Now we're going to do a standing hip hinge. Same thing we did with kneeling. We're going to get our feet about shoulder width apart, up nice and tall, and we hinge. We're trying to keep our chest up tall. Keep the weight close to you to make it easier. If you don't happen to have any plates or any weights, that's fine. You can use a gallon of water. You can also hold something like a backpack. Put some weight in a backpack, whatever you got, doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be pretty. Big things I'm looking for here, really hinge those hips. Try not to move the spine too much. It's gonna have some degree of motion, but we're really trying to go after the hips here. As you get to the end range, you should feel this in the hammies. Make this harder. Long lever arm, straight out. Okay, last round or last exercise for this particular round, we do the pal-off press. So Carly's gonna start by moving her arms back and forth. I'm gonna hold some pressure. This is the easy position for me. To make this harder for me, I'm gonna kick my arms straight out. Now she's gonna pause, and I'm gonna press. Now she's gonna kick her arms straight out. We're gonna go back and forth like this. If this is way too easy, stagger your stance, put more of your weight on your front foot, and then it's more of a balance challenge. Okay, now she's going. While she's back and forth, I can also move up and down. So this is gonna change the dynamic of where I'm feeling the movement as I go up and down. Perfect, 1 minute rest. I'm going to show you a harder version that you can do with a barbell for the suitcase deadlift. So the idea with the suitcase deadlift is you're picking up an asymmetric weight, so you've got weight on one side. For the first round, I did the weight in my left hand. So remember which one you did it in for the first round. Do it on the opposite side for the second round. Okay, can we move now? Can we move? I know you don't like this thing, do you? Yeah, go back over there. Go back over there.
Okay.
So I'm going to be suitcase deadlifting a barbell. Carly's going to have the dumbbell. Just as a note, it is very challenging to stabilize the barbell, so that is half the difficulty of this exercise. All right, let's go round 2. Suitcase deadlifts. Up nice and tall. Now, if you have some weights at home, you can throw the weights on here. I didn't for simplicity's sake. 45 pounds is still pretty challenging, especially when you're doing it for a minute. A big part of this as well, this is very challenging to keep the barbell from spinning and keep it in a straight on position. So my forearm is burning, my legs are a little tired, and my abs are working. Just keep breathing, take a rest whenever you need it. Lose my balance, okay. There it is. We're back. Okay, setting my barbell barbell down. We got a standing hip hinge next. Grab your weight. I'm gonna do the hard version. Really start working here. Again, if you need to, do the easier version like Carly's doing, or if you have to, drop your weight. Just hold your arms out. You can easily hip hinge with your arms out. You don't even need to have weight. You can also grab your resistance band, just like you had before. Stand on that resistance band, arms out, hinge. That's pretty easy. And it's hard to come up. Now this works the shoulders a little bit more than it really does anything else, but it's a good way to make this movement more challenging. Especially if you have a very light resistance band. If you were to take it behind the shoulders, this really doesn't provide all that much resistance. And Carly ended early. What the heck? Right, let's do partner pal-off press. We'll start in a staggered stance. Carly's gonna press out and back. I'm gonna make it a little harder, so I'm gonna go quick with some dynamic movements. I'm also gonna start throwing her off. So what's nice about this is you can vary the angle, you can vary the speed, you can make them try and guess when the stabilization is going to occur. Now I'm going to have her do that to me. So I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to have her try and vary the angle. This is nice because I really have to try to stabilize without knowing where that weight is coming from. You can also do an isometric hold. I can stay in one position as she moves, or I can do a dynamic press back and forth. Good. All right, rest for another minute. Grab some water. We need to get our camera angle ready. Carly, if you could go into the yoga position here for me, just so I can make sure we got the right angle. Perfect. That looks good. We are back. So round 3 is going to be 3 exercises that we go through twice again. This one we can move all of our weights, and I'm also going to move our barbell. I'm sorry, I know you don't like the barbell. You're going to be okay, I promise.
Would you like this guy?
Yep, that's fine. 15 more seconds, grab some water, take a break. Angle this a little bit more. All right, so let's go hands and knees. We're gonna get into a prone Superman. So we're gonna go lying flat on your stomach, and we're gonna try and lift those arms up and hold. Now this one is really hard to hold that position. If you need to, bring the arms down and rest, but try to go back and forth while holding that Superman. What I'm also trying to do is get a little lumbar extension. So I want my upper back and my head off the ground, and we're gonna try and hold that position for as long as you can. Once you get tired, let those arms down and rest, but try and jump right back into it. Really try and breathe while you're in that position as well. Very difficult to hold. This is gonna work our back extensors, we're gonna work our shoulders, and we're gonna get a little workout in our neck too. Good. Now we're gonna get into walking bridges. So I'm gonna face this way. Carly, face towards the camera for me, please. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bridge, and we're gonna walk our legs all the way out. So walk up to straight, walk all the way back, butt comes down. Butt lifts back up, walk those legs all the way out and back. Now I prefer you to take smaller steps on this because it's a little more challenging. And then once you get all the way straight, that's really gonna hit those hamstrings. If this is too hard, don't go all the way straight. So you can limit how far your motion is and make this a little easier on yourself. You also want to try to keep some hip extension, so really try and squeeze those glutes. Keep your butt off the ground if you can. Nice. Nicely done. Now we have hip circles. So lay on either side. I'm going to show you on Carly. Bend both knees up. Lift that leg. And now I want you to try to circle. So we're going to circle all the way around. Come back as far as you can. And then bring that all the way back up. Doing a big circle. Trying to isolate that hip motion as much as you can. For this round, if you're laying on your left side, I want you to lay on your right side for the next one. You can also reverse your circle, so you can go from clockwise to counterclockwise. We're trying to keep a little bend in the knee and try to really go to end range that hip will allow us to go. This one's all about control, so I don't want you to fly through this. I want good control. Good. Take a 1 minute rest. Grab yourself some water. We've got one more round, and then we are all done. How you feeling?
Worked.
Just remember, do the opposite side for your hip circles that you just did on that round. So you don't want to do the same hip twice. 30 more seconds.
It's burning.
After we go through 3 of these exercises, you can take as long as a rest as you need to after that, but that is the end of the workout after these next 3. So let's give it all you got. Let's really try and put as much effort into these as you can. Let's get set up in our prone position here. So we'll preemptively get into our stomach position and get ready for our prone Superman. And go. Remember, last round, let's try and give this everything you got. You can lift one arm at a time as well. You can do one at a time. Make that a little easier on yourself. Try to lift up as high as you can. Hold and breathe. This is really going to work those back extensors. You can tell we're running out of gas. I'm just going to keep doing one at a time because I can't hold both at this point. Yeah, you don't like this one either, do you? Yeah. Okay. Okay, walking bridge. Carly's gonna face towards the camera. I'm gonna face away. Same thing. Butt comes up. Walk those heels all the way out. And then walk all the way back. Butt comes down, butt comes up. Squeeze those glutes. This is really going to work those hamstrings as well as you're straightening them out. The nice thing is you get a nice lengthening contraction of those hamstrings. Alright, just keep walking those legs out. Can you give me a paw? Can you give me a paw? Give me a paw. No. No paw. No paw. Okay, now we've got hip circles, so lay on the opposite side that you did the last time. We're going to lift that leg up and try and circle all the way around. And go as far as you can in that range of motion. Paw. Can you give me a paw? Yep. Good girl. Yeah. Try to circle. Hi. Try to circle all the way around as far as you can. You can reverse that circle, go back the opposite direction. Again, the focus on this is control. Trying to circle that leg around as far as possible. If this is too difficult for you, decrease your range of motion. Do smaller circles. Smaller circles are fine. Whew. Congratulations, you are now finished with the workout. Great job. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below. High five.
Nicely done.
High five.